Greetings, fellow makers, foam fanatics, and fabric smiths. This is the Real Milky with Ryan's Cosmic Closet. Welcome back to my factory. A few days ago, we made this elvish dagger inspired by Lord of the Rings. I'll put a link to the video in the description. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Today, we're going to paint it. Well, continue painting it because, as you see, I've already started. To do that, we'll of course need some stuff. We will need something to seal the foam with. I use rapid fill for this. And then we'll need something to paint our foam with. For that, I'm using acrylic paints. This is a high gloss black paint from Anita's. This is an ebony matte paint, also from Deco Art. And this is a metallic paint chainmail from FX Plaid FX paint. And this is Samurai Sword, a slightly darker metallic, also from FX paint. Then we also need something to apply our paint with. For this, I'm using my airbrush. Yes. You've seen me use acrylic paints, brush-on paints, spray paints before. I'll put links to the description, but this is an airbrush painting video, because why not? And because we're using an airbrush, we'll also need an air compressor. This is a master air compressor, TC320. And this airbrush is a master airbrush. I believe this is the G22 model. I will put links in the description to all this stuff. And none of these brands are sponsoring this video. This is just what I have and what I could get a hold of. Now it is painting time. To start, I'll move the camera down so I can show you what we're doing. We started already with a base coat of black paint because I want this to look as shiny as possible. Gloss paint will do that for you. And a black paint, base paint, will make the paint coat, the paints you use on top of it, look that much darker. And I want this to look pretty dark. So here we go. Before you start painting on your piece, you want to make sure that your paint is coming out well. Like this. And then you just apply paint to your item. By the way, this is a dual action airbrush, which means if I just push down the button, air comes out. And apparently a little bit of water. If I push down the button and pull back on the trigger, air and paint comes out. This way you can control the amount of paint you get much more precisely. And you just go back and forth. At least this is how I do it. Back and forth until the piece, the surface of the piece, is all covered. like that. And now I'm going to paint this side, and this side, and this side. But it's all pretty much just the same. So I will be back when that's all done. And now that our handle has had a nice coat of paint applied to it, I will set it down and wait for it to dry. Now, normally airbrush paint dries really quickly, but we had to water this down so it would go through my airbrush. So about 30 minutes to an hour, and just let it dry. And then we'll apply another coat, and then we'll start adding the metallic paints. So I will be back when we're ready to start adding the metallic paints. So see you soon. Our paint has dried, and now it is time to add the metallics. I'm going to start by painting the blade. Well, so here we go. And just like everything else, airbrushing takes practice. So, practice. And if it kind of sputters a little bit like that, just wipe it away. Like that. At this point, I'm not really worried about masking parts off, because when this dries, we're going to mask this off and paint the handle. And now we're going to paint this side and the back. The blade has been painted. This is just one coat of silver acrylic paint. This stuff and this stuff on top of 3 coats of this stuff, or maybe 4. I kind of lost count. So now we just wait for this to dry. Again, airbrush paint dries, well, when you're using an airbrush, the paint dries pretty quickly, but we did have to water that down, so it might take a little bit longer. Fortunately, I have about a week for this thing to be finished. Alright, now when that's dry, I'm going to mask part of that off and paint the handle. But that's just more of the same. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments or things or ways to improve what I've shown you, let me know in the comments. I will check those and be happy to get back to you. Again, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more shenanigans like this from either the factory or the lab. And have a nice day. Bye.